Hey everybody, welcome back to CuddlesRUs. So the latest developer update for Dune Awakening just dropped, and it's totally packed with details about upcoming features, game balance changes, character transfers, and even what's next for Chapter 3 in 2026. So grab your still suit, sit back, and let's dive into what's happening across the sands of Arrakis. If you do like this video and you do get something from it, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications to keep updated on the latest Dune Awakening content. Without further ado, let's jump in. So one of the first updates coming soon is cargo containers for carrier ornithopters. If you've been waiting to travel between maps while keeping your vehicle safe, this one's for you. The next patch will finally enable travel with harnessed vehicles, and cargo containers are expected to arrive in the December update. That's going to let players haul even more loot across the desert and make teardown and setup in between Coriolis storms in the deep desert a lot more bearable. If you guys are anything like me, I am constantly bringing things out in my assault and taking it back each week, and that can get really monotonous after a while. So I can see this being a huge life improvement for everyone involved. Next up, we've got improvements to the player event log. This system is getting a huge expansion, tracking everything from item withdrawals and deposits to resource refining and building tool actions. The devs do want to log all meaningful in-game events, and they are asking for feedback on what you think should be included. If you've ever lost track of your resources or wondered who kind of tweaked your base setting, this one's going to be a big help. Now, let's talk about game balance. Funcom continues to tune weapons, skills, and abilities based on your feedback and live data. Some tweaks come in fast in smaller patches, while big ones, like the rapier rework, take a little more time to perfect. One key example, Crippling Strike. It's now less punishing for players getting hit. Stamina dash costs are reduced and dash distance is increased. That means better chances to escape, more dynamic fights, and overall fairer PvP encounters. So keep those discussions going on Discord, Reddit, and Steam. The team is watching and listening. This next one is absolutely huge though. It's all about character transfers and server merges. Character transfers are deep in testing right now, and if all goes well, they'll be ready within the next few weeks. This feature lets you move your entire character, progress, inventory, and even bank storage to a world or siege of your own choice. And here's the coolest part, a brand new base backup tool. This will let you store your entire base as a single item in your inventory, including nearly all of its contents. Perfect for anyone planning a move or just taking a break without losing progress. Testing begins next week on the public test client, so keep your eyes open for how that works. As for server merges, those are coming shortly after transfers. The team plans to announce full details by the end of the year, giving players a few weeks to prepare before the process begins. Big changes are coming to the social landscape of Arrakis. Now let's look ahead to the big one, Chapter 3, which is planning to launch in Q1 of 2026. This is shaping up to be a massive endgame update. The team is overhauling the Landsraad into a contract-based system for repeatable PvE missions, expanding character specializations, and continuing the main story campaign. They're also setting the stage to return the deep desert to its original purpose, a true open sandbox where players compete for spice dominance. It sounds like Chapter 3 will be a turning point for both PvE and PvP players alike. And that's actually not all. Alongside all this, the devs are rolling out even more bug fixes, quality of life improvements, and balance updates based directly on your feedback. There's even an upcoming vendor who will sell past Twitch drops arriving in the November update. So if you missed out on cosmetics before, here's your chance to pick those up. So that wraps up the October developer update for Dune Awakening. Between base backups, new tools, and a massive Chapter 3 on the horizon, it's clear Funcom is doubling down on making Arrakis evolve with the community. If you found this breakdown helpful, please drop a like, subscribe for more Dune Awakening updates, and hit the bell for notifications to keep updated on all our latest videos. Can you also let me know in the comments, what feature are you most excited for? The base backup system, the rapier rework, the Chapter 3 new endgame? I know I am personally super excited for the cargo containers that are going to be dropping. I feel like it's going to make my weekly time in Arrakis in the deep desert much easier. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I'll catch you next time. Bye!
In the shadow of the spice winds, where silence rules the sand, you came with blade and fire, a stranger to this land. Eyes like burning embers, voice sharp as a cry, but I saw behind the fury the question in your eye. They They called you they called you cursed, a ghost beneath the dune. But every soul that walks this dust still hungers for the moon. Now I see you not as foe, but as the storm that learned to flow. Wounded heart behind the mask, reaching out at last. If we bleed as one beneath the same relentless sun. We were never meant to fight alone. Find your place where you belong. Whispers in the wind said you'd never bow, that hatred was your language now. But I watched you share the desert's loot and fight in silence, seeking truth. You spoke of dreams the sand devours, of names the wind erased. But I would walk through burning hours to see your spirit traced. Now I see you not as foe, but as the storm that learned to flow. Wounded heart behind the mask, reaching out at last. If we bleed as one beneath the same relentless sun. We were never meant to fight alone. Find your place where you belong. You told me of the world before, the weight you had to bear. How trust was just a poison mask and no one ever cared. But here within this shifting dune, a seed begins to grow. And even fear can learn to bloom when kindness starts to show. There is no enemy in the soul that dares to change. No shame in walking new paths through the pain. Even the world must rise from below. Even the desert lets the wild things grow. Now we stand no more divided. The sand forgets the wind to confide. Let the old names stir to dust in this fragile trust. If we bleed as one beneath the same relentless sun. We were always meant to right our own. Find your place where you belong. Not foe, not flame, not shade, not stone. The desert takes, but it also sows. And what was broken now grows strong. You found the place where you belong.